Welcome, everyone, to PCA 2023. We are here with Justo Eiroa of Aladino Cigars. Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having this. Actually, we're kicking off the show with you guys.
Yes,
so
that's right.
Thank you so much.
I'm
It's
very
awesome.
happy to have. This is a great intro.
Yeah,
a
so
great
I appreciate it. And everybody, welcome to PCA 2023. It's great.
Yeah. Aladino, for me, has been just a classic example of New World cigars that replicate, in the best of ways, the Cuban cigar experience, and I love that about Aladino. Tell us a little bit about your first project, the challenges that you had to face, how difficult it was to get that first project off the ground.
Well, we first started in our first project when we came out in 2016. It was basically reintroducing a brand new brand, even though you have the heritage and you have people know who you are. When you've been out of a market for 7 or 8 years, it's tough to get back into the stores and get shelf space.
Yes.
So basically, the cigars has got to be one of those cigars that once you smoke it, the cigar does the selling for you.
Right.
And I think that's one of the things that we try to blend. We blend for flavors. We blend not to fill you up, and we also blend for the older generation. But at the same time, we're also blending for the new generation that likes to experience different types of flavors and profiles. So that's something that has been there. So, I mean, we started with our 100% Corojo, and that's been our flagship. And then from there, we just expanded to different lines.
Excellent. So what was that first project, the first blend that you had to get back into the market? What was it? Where was it made?
It was made, everything is made in Honduras in our Lomas factory. And basically it was a true puro, filler, binder, and wrapper or Corojo. And it's a medium-bodied smoke, but full of flavor. Like I said, we blend for flavor.
And what was the name of that blend?
It's a Corojo, 100% Corojo natural.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
And in retrospect, given how challenging it was to do that, now, would you have still done it if you knew then how hard it was going to be?
Well, I got to tell you, nothing in this world is easy. So, I mean, you got to plug away all the time. So, if you give up, then, you
Why do it?
Why do it?
Yeah.
So might as well already put in the effort. So now we got to even work harder to get everybody to try our cigars. And we are expanding probably one of the most prolific lines with, Cameroon, which we grow our own Cameroon. We got Connecticut, we got San Andres Maduro wrapper, we got Habano, we got vintages. I mean, we got in a couple new releases now. We're coming out with our own Sumatra, which is going to be a limited release on order. So that's something that we should coming out pretty soon too.
So looking at all the other players in this very competitive, very crowded industry, what do you think, in your mind, sets Aladino apart? Is it a process? Is it materials you use? Is it your marketing? What is it do you think sets you apart?
I would say, first of all, is the quality of product, consistency of manufacturing, flavor profiles that we manufacture cigars that anybody can smoke. Whether you're a mild cigar smoker, medium cigar smoker, or a bold cigar smoker, our profile fits all those palates because we give you flavor. We're not going to give you a cigar that is going to, really alter your palate and you're going to get an aftertaste. Our cigars are very clean. It's the aging process that we have. It's the growing of the tobacco that we have. If you start with a great piece of steak, raw meat, you're going to have a great steak.
That's
and
true.
We start with great tobacco.
I really appreciate the fact that you draw that analogy between cigar blending and culinary arts, because to me, cigars are another branch of culinary arts.
Absolutely. I mean, it's something that you enjoy, that you take to your palate, and you remember this is an experience. And I think Aladino is one of these brands that gives you a unique experience of everything that we're doing now, and we have something for everybody.
So we're a cigar media platform. We like to get people's perspectives on this. Do you consume any cigar media? Do you pay attention to industry news? Do you pay attention to any reviews, that sort of thing?
My daughter Vivian is the one that handles that, and they'll call me to the attention. I'm always on the road,
right?
Talking to customers.
You're too busy working to do
going
this.
to the farm, and and I'm not that skilled with a phone either. So therefore, sometimes I'll repost stuff, and then she calls me up and says, "Hey, you have no authorization to repost this." So.
Looking at the cigar culture as it stands right now, is there anything you would like to change moving forward that you would think would make the cigar culture more ideal?
Well, the thing is that the way things are, and that's very tied to the culinary that you said.
Yes.
what you see in people, the consumption of today's consumers, they want to try something new all the time.
Yes.
So in a way, Aladino has adapted to that, even though I don't like that, because it's a challenge to always come up with something new. But since our portfolio's got so many flavor profiles, you get that taste experience and spread of experience of taste with all our lineup. So because if you look at what worked before, people like, if you eat a steak medium well, that's what you like. If you like the A1 sauce, you went with A1 sauce. Everything that is very traditional, even if you look into the soft drinks, the three top SKUs of Coca-Cola is Coca-Cola, Coke Zero, and Sprite. That's it. That's 90% of their business.
That's right.
So, people are very, very standards, except when it comes to taste, culinary, and stuff. You want to have different experiences.
Very good. You touched on something that resonated with me particularly, is that you have a very strong basis on traditions and values that kind of form the bedrock of the way things were done in the cigar world, while also trying to be appealing to the younger demographic. And I think that staying power occurs in those brands that try to balance both of those and realize that one's not more important than the other. You have to have both.
Oh, absolutely. You'll see that in our new launches, the new products that were coming out. For example, you'll see our new Sumatra. Our new Sumatra box is more modern, more appealing for the young generation. The flavor profile is that it's going to be a little bit more complex. And you'll see we're even keeping everything very traditional, but the designs and everything are now taking the shape of the team that I have. My daughters, my marketing team, and also part of my sales team are also very involved in creating new stuff that appeals to the younger smoker.
So, new smoker comes to you, never tried a cigar. They're just very interested in the hobby and the lifestyle. What's something you would tell them that they would want to focus on to get the most out of this experience?
I would say, you could always go right with the Connecticut. It's very creamy, very flavorful. It's not harsh, and you get a lot of flavor. From there, I'll move them up to a Cameroon, and then from there on, I'll move them up to a Classic, or either Classic or Connecticut. Could be either both. Both are there. Maybe a 3.5 and a 4, strength-wise. So those are very, very, very palatable cigars that a person will enjoy, and they're not going to get sick. It's going to be a very, very, very smooth cigar.
You want to ease them in.
You got to ease them in.
That's right.
You got to ease them in.
So what did you bring us today?
Oh, that's the bedrock of our lineup. That's how we started with the full Corojo.
Absolutely.
Filler, binder, and wrapper.
Well, thank you very much, Justo. I appreciate you taking the time. Have a great rest of your PCA.
Hey, thank you so much. Good success to you guys. Have a good one.